A shocking case finally moves forward. Tonight on our news, a 39-year-old man has denied charges he raped and murdered 12-year-old Adria Moxie as she walked home from school last November. He's now awaiting trial in the Supreme Court. And the Consumer Protection Commission reminding parents to shop wisely this school season, warning businesses not to take advantage as families cash in on the VAT holiday. Also,
the University of the Bahamas is now entering its accreditation phase. But what does it mean for students and how is it done? Stay tuned to our news tonight for more details.
Then in our news at 7:30, 1 in 5 teens have attempted suicide. 1 in 4 have thought about it. Tonight in our news series, Behind the Silence Youth in Crisis, we hear from young people who lived it and found a way forward. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news, live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. Over $1,000 stolen from the Bahamas Humane Society during a recent break-in, sending outrage throughout the local community. It's a story we told you about weeks ago. But tonight, we start with back-to-school shopping. That's hitting wallets hard this year. The Consumer Protection Commission says parents, they don't have to break the bank. The VAT holiday, it's in full swing. We hear from the Consumer Protection Commission in just a bit, but the Supreme Court is now set to hear the trial of 39-year-old Chris Ferguson, who has denied murdering and raping 12-year-old Adria Moxie as she walked from school along an unlit path last November. Ferguson pleaded not guilty to charges of forcible taking, murder, and unlawful sexual intercourse when he appeared before Chief Justice Sir Ian Winder on Friday. Ferguson pleaded not guilty, and he remains on remand at prison and has requested a court-appointed lawyer to represent him at trial. The case has been assigned to Justice Gilomena Archer-Mins and Ferguson. He is expected to return to her court on September 17th when a trial date will be set. Now, the matter was fast-tracked to the Supreme Court after Ferguson's initial appearance in the magistrate's court in December. Moxie was found strangled and raped in bushes off Faith Avenue South 2 days after failing to return home last November. The shocking story, it gripped headlines across the country at the time, prompting multiple police press conferences. And a 40-year-old man is behind bars after allegedly seriously injuring 3 people in an unprovoked stabbing spree. Warren Major faced 3 counts of attempted murder when he appeared before Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. He didn't have to enter pleas to the charges, and the case was adjourned to November 20th. Bail was denied, and the magistrate ordered that Major receive a psychiatric evaluation while in custody. Prosecutors say on August 18th, Major stabbed Shadrach McPhee walking along University Boulevard around 9:30 p.m., then allegedly stabbed Vernon McPhee in the chest while he slept in an unsecured home near C.C. Sweeting School. The following day, Major reportedly boarded a jitney on Farrington Road and stabbed driver Eugene Neely in the neck after being asked for money. Neely drove himself to the Criminal Investigation Department and was taken to hospital. Police arrested Major later that day. And a string of shootings being probed in New Providence Monday morning, and it left several men hospitalized. The latest happened around 9:30 a.m. at a liquor store on Blue Hill Road South, where officers say they found a man with a gunshot wound. Police say an armed suspect tried to rob the victim, fired shots, and fled north on Blue Hill Road wearing a gray hoodie and blue jeans. Earlier, around 5 a.m., a 43-year-old man was shot at a business on Mount Royal Avenue, and police say they also found another man injured on 6th Terrace in what appears to have been a dispute at the same location. Investigators are urging anyone with information to come forward. And now to back-to-school shopping, which is in full swing. The Consumer Protection Commission, as we told you at the top, is reminding parents to spend wisely while warning businesses not to take advantage of consumers. With the VAT holiday running until September 6th, families can save on everything from school supplies and uniforms to computers and backpacks. But CPC Executive Chairman Randy Roll says parents should focus on quality and affordability, not just the most expensive brands. Now, Roll also urged retailers to act in good faith, avoid price gouging, and honor the spirit of the VAT holiday. The Commission also encouraging parents to compare prices, keep receipts, and report any unfair practices directly to them. Meanwhile, University of the Bahamas entering its first phase of accreditation. Our Joshua Williams is following this.
The University of the Bahamas is beginning its accreditation process, seeking both local and international accreditation from the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. Accreditation is intended to ensure academic quality and institutional accountability while ensuring that UB degrees are recognized internationally. But what does it mean and how does it work? Vice Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Gadville McDonald, explains.
It's an ongoing process, but yes, they would come in and they would assess the university on various matrix. All right, it's peer review, so it's overall improvement across the institutions, etc.
And have you ever been a student attending UB that's had trouble transferring credits to another school? Well, McDonald says with this accreditation, those days will be over. He shared with me his own experience.
At that particular time, I think I did about 60 credits at the College of the Bahamas. When I went to Florida International University, only about little over half of those credits were accepted. Not only that, but you could imagine the increased financial burden that was placed upon me.
UB, which was established in 2016 out of the former College of the Bahamas, has been preparing for both national and international accreditation for years. The institution has submitted applications to the Bahamas National Accreditation and Equivalency Council and to SACS, but not many agree with how it's been carried out. One of the major critics, the school's former executive vice president and renowned professor, Dr. Ian Strawn, who described UB's pursuit as colonial. But McDonald had this to say.
This has been an engaging process. It's been one that has been what we call transparent, and so it could be trusted. All of us, all of the stakeholders are at the table, and we are engaging.
Now the university's doors have been officially opened for fall 2025. School officials promising that students will continue to receive world-class education. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Josh. Meanwhile, executives of the Union for Tertiary Educators of the Bahamas, UTEB, say they are excited about a new campus for Bahamas Technical Vocational Institute. Prime Minister Philip Davis announced a new campus for the school last week. He said it's part of his administration's plan to equip more Bahamians with the skills needed to meet growing demand in the construction and technical industries. UTEB President Daniel Thompson.
My faculty at BTVI, they're well prepared, very trained, very experienced, and they are engaged in upgrading. In fact, our recently signed industrial agreement makes provision to enhance, to encourage their continual upgrading in professional development, in training. So are they ready? Yes, they are. And all they need is the right leadership to take that institution to another level. Our members are very qualified, very prepared. They too are engaged in seeking accreditation as well. And we wish them the best in that process, too.
UTEB First Vice President Dr. Anastasia Brown added that turning contractual faculty into permanent staff should also be prioritized.
Full-time faculty is an issue also. A lot of faculty that are still on contract, and this was an issue from last year. And as we've been asking them to address that, so it's hope that in this upcoming school year, those contracts will be turned into permanent contracts.
All right, we've got much more to get to tonight. But for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he's standing by in the Weather Center. Happy Monday, Greg.
Yeah, happy Monday. And we are starting off on a hot foot, warm foot. Yeah, temperatures are really up there. And we still have that heat advisory for the entire chain of islands. So if you outdoors, make sure you stay hydrated and wear some light colored clothing. 88 degrees outside of Studios on the partly cloudy skies. It is humid, winds out of the east-southeast at 8 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 96. Temperatures right now around the family of islands, 88 in Freeport, 85 over in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. We pick up 89 in Alistown, Bimini, 87s, Nicholson, Andros. You have some thunderstorm showers nearby. 87 also in Great Harbor Key and in Governor's Harbor. Central Bahamas, 87, Kemps Bay, Black Point, Exuma, Georgetown, Deadman's Key, and in Port Nelson. A pair of 86s, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Cuba Town, San Salvador. And into the southeast Bahamas, 86, Duncan Town, Ragged Island, pair of 87s, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands, 86s again in Abrahams Bay, Meguana, Providence, Tricks and Kickers Island, Matthew Town, Inagua, Your temperature right now is at 88. Satellite radar composite, we still have that plume of moisture across the northwest Bahamas. That's sparking some showers and some thunderstorms across that area. We will continue that. That's all attached to a frontal boundary, actually, that's fallen stationary just across the north central portions of Florida. That front is going to very slowly side towards the south. Not going to get here, but we will keep the moisture in place. Looking for some showers and thunderstorms there. But the remainder of the Bahamas, quiet, high pressure, weak. But we do have some mix of Saharan dust in the air, so it's going to stay warm. And once again, if you're outdoors, make sure you stay hydrated. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your tropics and your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, two things we know for certain. Jazz loves the spotlight, and when he puts on a show, you got to see it to believe it.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say they...
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution.
Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court apartment complex.
Our News at 7 brings you that truth in all of the day's top stories, sports, and our view of the world. Join me, Kendino Knowles, weeknights for Our News at 7. Stay with the team you already trust.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Jazz Chisholm Jr. continues to set a new standard for Bahamian baseball in the major leagues and reach yet another career milestone. Playing with a heavy heart mourning the loss of a close friend, Chisholm delivered a historic performance with a multi-home run game in the Yankees' 7-2 win over the Boston Red Sox. The two homers were numbers 23 and 24 for the season, and also numbers 100 and 101 for his MLB career. A short-handed Team Bahamas was lacking some depth in an 84-66 loss to Brazil yesterday at the FIBA AmeriCup in Managua, Nicaragua. Franco Miller Jr. led the team with 19 points, Sammy Hunter and Garvin Clark Jr. each scored 10, and Isaiah Mobley added 8. Brazil's second unit accounted for 49 points compared to just 13 off the bench from Team Bahamas. For the second time this month, a Bahamian national team earned group promotion on the international stage. The ladies of the Billie Jean King Cup team, Simone Pratt, Sydney Clark, Sapphire Ferguson, and Jaleesa Clark, went undefeated at the Americas Group 3 tournament in El Salvador. They finished with a perfect 5-0 record after they closed out with wins over El Salvador and Uruguay to secure promotion to Group 2 next year. The Stars were out for ESPN's Ultimate Draft Weekend at the Bahamar Resort. The question now, who gets to raise the trophies at the end of the season? The 3-day event featured ESPN's fantasy-focused podcast, beach combine activities, and the main event, the Ultimate Fantasy Draft. Local media members also joined in on the festivities. We'll fill you in on how you can follow the league and keep you posted on what I win and when I win it. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as record-breaking heat gripping the western United States, fueling wildfires and putting millions under warnings. Plus, no jackpot winner again. And now the Powerball prize is surging to $750 million, one of the largest in the game's history. and more than 1 million displaced in Haiti amid a wave of violence. The UN says over 1,500 people killed and more than 600 others injured. We'll tell you all the numbers when our news returns.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school.
They have ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for almost every school in the Bahamas.
At Carrie's, find skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boy shorts and long pants, neckties, socks, and more.
You can even have your uniform skirts custom made.
Check out our selection of embroidered cotton shirts.
That's Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street.
Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758.
On my way driving.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
The concert is going to be dealing with how life was in the Bahamas in the past, what has changed, and what still remains the same.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Dangerous heat impacting more than 30 million Americans across the West United States. Heat alerts came into effect from Arizona to Washington over the weekend. Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Phoenix, all under extreme heat warnings. Temperatures near 90 in Seattle and well into the 90s for Portland, expected to break daily records through Monday. Record highs set on Saturday in Olympia and Eugene, while Phoenix saw a record warm low of 92 degrees. The heat also said to be fueling wildfires. Meanwhile, Hurricane Erin continues to kick up rough surf and dangerous rip currents along parts of the East Coast. The Powerball jackpot now soaring to an estimated $750 million for Monday's drawing after no one hit all the numbers on Saturday night. That makes it the 10th largest prize in the game's history. The cash value sits at about $338 million. Saturday's winning numbers were 11, 14, 34, 47, 51. The Powerball was 18. While no jackpot winner emerged, tickets in Maine and Massachusetts each scored $1 million. And a South Dakota ticket doubled its winnings to $2 million thanks to Power Play option. The jackpot marks the 37th straight drawing without a grand prize winner since May. SpaceX now aiming for Monday evening to launch Starship's 10th test flight. The 60-minute window opens at 7:30 Eastern Time tonight from the company's Starbase site in Texas. The launch was pushed back just minutes before liftoff Friday as engineers work to fix a ground system issue. Starship, built to be fully reusable and eventually fly up to 100 people into deep space, has yet to complete a successful mission. The last 2 tests ended in explosions, raising the stakes for this next attempt. At least 1,520 people were killed and more than 600 others injured in Haiti during the second quarter of this year, most of them in Port-au-Prince and largely at the hands of criminal gangs. That's according to a new report from the United Nations Integrated Office in Haiti, which described the country's human rights situation as extremely worrying. Between April and June, the UN says gangs also carried out at least 185 kidnappings and committed 628 cases of sexual violence, including sexual slavery, exploitation, and child trafficking. The surge in violence has fueled Haiti's humanitarian crisis, with more than 1.3 million people now displaced nationwide. And the final coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II are entering circulation across the United Kingdom. The Royal Mint says more than 23 million of the late Queen's coins, dated 2021 and 2022, are being released, marking a pivotal moment in British coinage history. At the same time, 7.5 million new King Charles III coins are also going into tills and people's pockets. The Mint says the 2022 Elizabeth coins will be the rarest in circulation, while Charles's coins with a B design on the reverse represents the new era of coinage. Both the late Queen's and the King's coins remain legal tender and will circulate together for years to come. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was August 25th. Then in our news at 7:30.
Standoff between Bahamas Educators Managerial Union and the government continues as a number of school administrators did not return to the classrooms today.
Plus, the FNM leader slams government over sky-high light bills, says bad planning is leaving Bahamians to pay the price. The story when our news returns.
And still growing. Everywhere you turn, our news is there. From Charybdis to Caricom and Chogam, the commendation of a queen, the coronation of a king, the controversies, our culture, in times of conscience and collective grief, connecting the stories of a country coming into its own, from then to now and still to come. Our news is everywhere, always there when it counts.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say they...
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution. Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court apartment complex.
Our news at 7 brings you that truth in all of the day's top stories, sports, and our view of the world. Join me, Kendino Knowles, weeknights for Our News at 7. Stay with the team you already trust.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've
On this day in Bahamian history, in 2001, American R&B singer Aaliyah Dana Houghton died in a plane crash shortly after takeoff in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. Her and 8 other passengers were in Abaco to film her music video, Rock the Boat. Then, on August 25, 2017, after the company announced it was closing, chaos erupted outside Pineapple Express ASU holders as hundreds of angry customers who invested hundreds of dollars gathered to demand payments. Police had to be called in to control the angry mob, as some customers said they were owed at least $1,000.
One straight line, that's all I asked for. 500 people can't go through one small door at the same time.
Then in 2021, health officials reported the deadliest month for COVID-19 related deaths. Official stats showed there were 52 recorded in August that year, compared to 51 deaths in September 2020. And finally, in 2022, education officials reported less than 10% of students who sat national examinations got at least a C or higher in 3 core subjects.
All right, countries across the region participating in the 15th Caribbean Festival of the Arts, Carafesta in Bridgetown, Barbados on Friday. The Bahamas taking a delegation for the first time. Dubbed the Parade of Nations, participating countries made the trek from Golden Square Freedom Park through Bridgetown to Queen's Park. Carafesta, it's an international multicultural event organized on a periodic basis. This year's theme, Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence, and will run through the 31st. Carafesta will host more than 2,500 delegates from 25 participating countries. Members of our delegation include representatives of various areas of cultural expression, particularly the visual and performing arts, dance, literature, film, theater, culinary arts, and Junkanoo. Culture Director Derica Delaveau Grant is leading the delegation, with Undersecretary in the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture Gail Outen-Munker serving as the top Bahamian official from the ministry. And the 4th annual Bahamas Culinary and Arts Festival, presented by Bahamar, set to take place from October 22nd to the 26th, with Grammy-winning Bahamian rock icon Lenny Kravitz as a headliner. He'll perform at the much-anticipated welcome party on Friday, October 24th. Chef Marcus Samuelson sharing his excitement.
So you know that welcome party is going to be very, very special. It's a real honor for us to host Mr. Kravitz, of course, world-class icon, but also with his ties to Bahamas, we're super excited to have him here, and I know our guests will celebrate that. The festival is a continuation of what we do here on the property, where we want to highlight the best of the local talents, such as Garrett and her entire team, but also combine what the best from the U.S. and the best from Bahamas locally.
Past performers include Boyz II Men, Sting, and Rod Stewart. Last year, the Fuse Caribbean Art Fair featured work from 15 Caribbean nations, curated by Executive Director of Arts and Culture, John Cox. Chef Marcus says he believes the event can rival a popular annual art festival in Miami.
You know, the festival, the art's going to be on fire. You know, John Cox is curating that. Last year, he had about 15 Caribbean nations represented. So this is really, think about it as there's Art Basel in Miami. We think about our Culinary Arts Festival as our own arts festival that we one day want to be as big as Art Basel as well.
All right, if you want to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Up now, our Megan Shepard. She's got the latest headlines. Happy Monday, Megan.
Happy Monday. Can't wait for the food festival, food, music, art.
Listen.
Count me in.
That just made me hungry.
Absolutely. It was a blast last year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Candino. Well, still to come, the FNM leader slams government over sky-high light bills. Here are your latest headlines.
Coming up,
standoff between Bahamas Educators Managerial Union and the government continues as the number of school administrators did not return to the classrooms today.
Plus, is poor planning responsible for your high electricity bills? The opposition leader thinks so. Tonight, the Free National Movement is slamming the Davis administration and the GBPC for the plight of Bahamians facing exorbitant bills. And then, inside Bahamar's famous art gallery, our Italia Hall tells us the current is continuing its mission to take Bahamian art to the region and the world. And later, we launch a new series, Behind the Silent Youth in Crisis. We're exploring the impact of growing social ills taking a bigger toll on your child than you would think. We have the details for these stories and more when our news continues.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, in Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's it's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do, and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is a great house to play, even down to the staff, is perfect. They're going to marvel.
Somewhere's Plaza, got it going on, yeah. Somewhere's Plaza, one-stop shopping is here. The family, community, for me. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us. Shop, shop, we've got so many stores. Shop, shop, our prices are right. Come spend the day, bring the family. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
Welcome to our news, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Shepard. Well, teachers may be back in the classroom, but many school administrators are not. Members of the Bahamas Educators Managerial Union say they've withdrawn their services, accusing government of failing to keep its promises. Our Delvardo Emmanuel has their story.
As of this point and presently now, the members of BEMU has invoked their right to withdraw their labor until at least the minimum of what has been promised is met.
It was supposed to be a normal first day of the academic year, but instead, scores of school administrators across the country failed to show up for work. President of the Bahamas Educators Managerial Union, Stephen McPhee, says members are fed up with what they call years of broken promises and unfair treatment.
Outstanding allowances, salary adjustments as per promotion, completion of promotion exercise, health and safety matters.
The union say more than 90% of its nearly 500 members have withdrawn their services. But what led to this move? Union leaders say they met with education officials on Sunday in a last-ditch effort to find a way forward. And despite spending hours in talk, they claim the government failed to deliver on its pledges.
Every July, members of BEMU were entitled to an allowance of $300 to assist us. It's called a clothing allowance. And that is a payment that is due to us every July. July, we did not receive the payment, nor did we get any notice.
Another area of contention is the reassignment process.
There are a number of administrators who receive reassignment letters to leave from one island to the next. There's been no provision made for them.
Now, on top of those many challenges, BEMU says campus safety remains a concern.
Who will check the over 1,000 IDs in the morning for students who have to rent a CV Bethel campus? Who will check the almost 1,200 or more IDs of students who have to enter Anatole? All we're saying to the employer is this: it's us who you're going to expect to stand at the gate. It's us who you expect is going to check the IDs. We believe we should be included in the discussion.
As for the way forward, a meeting has been scheduled for today. The union says a final decision on whether members will return to work could come as early as Tuesday. Reporting for our news, I'm Delvardo Emmanuel.
Thanks so much, Delvardo. While some schools have already opened for the new academic year, there's still time for other parents and students to get prepared. And for parents who still have time, they're using the few days left to do last-minute back-to-school shopping. Today, we saw many of them at the Southwest Shopping Plaza purchasing uniform and shoes. One of the parents we spoke to shared there are so many factors parents are navigating during this time.
With me being unemployed, running a small little business, my main focus is her school fee. So we're not doing much of shopping today, but a little something here and there like socks and shirts like that. And then we're gonna now head over by Clark's to get us look at the shoes, and then we'll be done.
We also met a parent to 7 children, and with one still in school, he offered this advice to other parents who may be struggling to get their little ones in the classroom.
Make the sense make sense. Save. If you are at a disadvantage financially and so on, you gotta every little money you get, you do the right thing with it. Save and buy piece by piece. You know what I mean, before school open. What I do is, at the start of the school, after school is closed, I start buying something, a pants, a shirt,
Meantime, sources sharing with our news that a 12-year-old boy has died as a result of a house fire in Crown Haven, Abaco early this morning. Details are limited, but police say officers responded to the fire just after 3 this morning and found the home completely destroyed by flames. Police confirmed the young boy was fatally injured. The exact cause of the fire is unknown at this time, but investigations are ongoing. Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard is lashing out at the government over rising electricity bills, accusing officials of misleading the public while failing to properly manage the nation's power sector. During a press conference at the party's headquarters on Sunday, Pintard slammed the Davis administration, explaining that they have mishandled the energy sector, pointing to government's decision on BPL's privatization. He argues that Bahamians are now left to foot the bill because of poor planning.
We have taken issue with the way in which the government has gone about privatizing BPL. We have said before that a free national movement, people say, is there any difference? I told you several differences between us and them. One big difference is we don't believe you take public assets, you put it in private hands without the sovereign, that is the government, and the people of the Bahamas owning substantial amount of those assets. We believe that this government is lost on the BPL matter, and what we are seeing in terms of these rising costs is, again, their failure to plan properly, and as a result, we are paying the bill.
The FNM leader also turned his attention to Grand Bahama Power Company, blasting management for blaming residents' high bill on personal consumption habits. Pintard says that explanation simply isn't true.
We believe that the head of the power company owes the residents of all of Grand Bahama an apology. How the hell could he say that our choices, just like the Prime Minister, our choices is what was responsible for the high bills that we experience in Grand Bahama? It is untrue. It was not merely consumption patterns. In fact, they have reversed some of those bills because people pointed out, we were away. Nobody was home. How do you tell me that my consumption went up when I wasn't even present?
All right, well, we've still got lots more news to share with you tonight, but first, meteorologist Greg Thompson joins us for your first look at temperatures. Greg, happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you too, and a happy Monday, everybody. It's been a warm day. We're starting off the week with temperatures up there in the 90s, and a heat advisory is in place for the entire chain of islands, as well as the Turks and Caicos Islands. So once again, if you plan on doing anything outdoors, make sure you stay hydrated and wear some light-colored clothing and take frequent breaks. 87 degrees is our current temperature on the partly cloudy skies. East-southeast winds at 8 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is well up there. 96 is what it feels like on the outside. Satellite radar composite. We still have some moisture across our area. The northwest Bahamas that's triggering some showers and some thunderstorms across that area. That's all associated with front boundary that's dropped across central Florida. It's basically stalled. It's going to take a slow jog towards the south, but not going to really get here, but that will keep the moisture across the northern islands. So we're looking for some more showers in the forecast, while the central and southeast Bahamas has a ridge of high pressure, weak one with some Saharan dust in place. That's going to keep temperatures rather toasty across that location. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us, a look at the tropics, and your extended forecast is still to come.
When our news comes back from the break, from bold canvases to hands-on workshops, our Italia Hall takes us inside the current, Bahamar's cultural hub for art lovers. Plus, defeating depression, our digital reporter Daniela Dorset shares the story of overcoming and the practical steps you could take to be a support system. That's coming up when our news returns.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Ting's Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Mora's Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Mora's The Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Port.
Tonight, we continue our Deepening Our Bahamian Roots series with the Bahamar Resort. Tonight, we're diving into its creative side, an art haven known as The Current. It's home to a museum, a gallery, and an experience that attracts hundreds of visitors each week. Italia Hall takes us inside.
Is really about experiences that people have. You can do sip and paints, you can do acrylic pours.
The Current at Bahamar isn't just a gallery, it's a cultural hub for art lovers. From bold canvases to hands-on workshops, this vibrant space is all about celebrating Bahamian creativity. Whether you're a first-timer with a brush or collector looking for your next masterpiece, or just simply want to book a sip and paint for a birthday party, Executive Director of Arts and Culture at Bahamar, John Cox, says the space is for everyone.
Those things are not that rigorous for us to execute, but they are fun. And I think that's the gateway that that's the first step that they get into the art arena.
They are open 7 days a week, and the Current is more than just walls of artwork. You can also step into the boutique and find a 100% Bahamian shopping experience.
So Biggity is a vendor that we just have in the store that we feel fits our ethos. But then we also have things that are like uniquely only ours, like the reproductions are ours, the bags are ours, the tumblers, the wine is the Bahamar line of wine.
In addition, the gallery shines a spotlight on a wide range of Bahamian artists. Their pieces are also available for sale.
We like to celebrate that there's so many different kind of styles of art. So these are two more works from Cardo in that same kind of style that I was talking about. So these ones over here are really interesting. So this is, I always like to celebrate like the A to Z in terms of the different styles of Bahamian art that take place here.
And on any given day, hundreds of guests flow through the space.
Now, at an opening, you could have 300-400 people coming to an opening that's just for one, like a 3-hour period. But that's obviously like a spike.
For Cox, this is more than just a job, it's a mission.
Like, I think it's important that people know that these things are all done by Bahamians and we're complex, sophisticated human beings that live in this Caribbean space, which I think really should be more informed, more front of mind for the visitors that are coming. And
well, as we can see, there's lots to do here at The Current. And if you want on-time updates, be sure to visit the.current.art on Instagram or www.thecurrent.bahamar.com. Reporting for our news, I'm Italia Hall.
Looks like a great time. Thanks so much, Italia. Well, switching gears a little. Tonight, we're launching a new series, and parents and students, we want you to listen closely. The Ministry of Health's latest report shows 1 in 5 teens have attempted suicide, and 1 in 4 has seriously considered it. Depression, anxiety, self-harm, bullying, and obesity are on the rise, and many young people are suffering in silence. It could be knocking at your door, and you might not even know it. In our new series, Behind the Silence, Youth in Crisis, we hear directly from teens and young adults who have faced these struggles and the steps that helped them survive. Our Daniela Dorset shares our first story.
Meet 24-year-old Derek Young, CEO of DSY Cuts and CFO of Fusion Youth Movement. Tonight, Young shares his personal journey with mental health and how he found support in unexpected places. He says his symptoms started to present physically when he was diagnosed just last year with shingles, a reaction of the nervous system.
It was a reflection of the amount of stress and mental fatigue I was going through. What helped me to get through this moment and get through these hardships was finding something that took my mind off of it, one, and also provided me with a space where I could actually release that energy. So the gym changed my life in that aspect, and then also getting closer with God and actually taking time to pray, meditate, and just fast on the certain things that were affecting me. It definitely assisted in my walk, and it definitely assisted in my mental fortitude.
Every challenge needs a solution, and for him, it was a combination of physical activity, faith, and self-care that helps him cope with the pressures of life. But Young says he couldn't beat these overwhelming feelings without a strong system, something he believes is lacking in our society.
But I think a lot of times in Bahamian households especially, is not taken as seriously as it should. Depression and anxiety are some of the most leading causes when it comes to suicide. And what happens a lot, it gets brushed off until it's already too late.
The alarming rates of health struggles among youth have motivated community leaders to step in. Gabriel John, president of Beacon Ignited Youth Group, stresses the importance of providing guidance and hope for young people facing silent battles.
If we can have true and genuine love, then the world and this nation and the Bahama land can honestly be better than where it is now.
Based on recent trends and statistics, rates of suicide, depression, and anxiety are climbing, and the signs are not always visible. Yet, simple actions like checking in with friends and family can be life-saving for someone suffering silently. Reporting for Our News and reminding you to break the silence, I'm Daniela Dorset.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute, To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, Jazz hits career homer number 100 and 101 on the same night. Team Bahamas will need a win and some help at the FIBA AmeriCup, group promotion for the women at the Billie Jean King Cup, and some fantasy football.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision is actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds.
More than 20 years in the making and still growing. Everywhere you turn, our news is there. From Charybda to Caricom and Chogam, the commendation of a queen, the coronation of a king, the controversies, our culture, in times of conscience and collective grief, connecting the stories of a country coming into its own, from then to now and still to come. Our news is everywhere, always there when it counts.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. And again,
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Jazz Chisholm Jr. continues to set a new standard for Bahamian baseball in the major leagues and reach yet another career milestone. Playing with a heavy heart mourning the loss of a close friend, Chisholm delivered a historic performance with a multi-home run game in the Yankees' 7-2 win over the Boston Red Sox. The 2 homers were numbers 23 and 24 for the season, and also numbers 100 and 101 for his MLB career. Chisholm is just 6 homers and 8 stolen bases shy of the vaunted 30-30 season, and the Yankees are now just a half game behind the Red Sox for the top spot in the AL East wildcard standings.
I always want to play Boston. I feel like the energy in the game, the way our fans come out, the way their fans come out, I feel like it's a real intense game. Every game against Boston this year has felt like a playoff game. So for me, I know that's exactly what we're going to have and what we're going to need to get ready for the playoffs, and I know a lot of guys in here feel that too.
A short-handed Team Bahamas was lacking some depth in an 84-66 loss to Brazil yesterday at the FIBA AmeriCup in Managua, Nicaragua. Franco Miller Jr. led the team with 19 points, Sammy Hunter and Garvin Clark Jr. each scored 10, and Isaiah Mobley added 8. Brazil's second unit accounted for 49 points compared to just 13 off the bench from Team Bahamas. To advance, the Bahamas faces a must-win tomorrow against Uruguay and will also need the USA to defeat Brazil.
All in all, I thought our effort could be a little bit better on the defensive end, and the ball just didn't go in. That team is a really, really good team. I mean, if you allow them to create an advantage on the offensive end, it's going to be hard for your defense. So, but we did some good things. But we have a day to watch the film, to regroup and focus for the next game.
For the second time this month, a Bahamian national team earned group promotion on the international stage. The ladies of the Billie Jean King Cup team, Simone Pratt, Sydney Clark, Sapphire Ferguson, and Jaleesa Clark, went undefeated at the Americas Group 3 tournament in El Salvador. They finished with a perfect 5-0 record after they closed out with wins over El Salvador and Uruguay to secure promotion to Group 2 next year. The stars were out for ESPN's Ultimate Draft weekend at the Bahamar Resort. The question now, who gets to raise the trophies at the end of the season? The 3-day event featured ESPN's fantasy-focused podcast, beach combine activities, and the main event, the Ultimate Fantasy Draft. Local media members also joined in on the festivities. We'll fill you in on how you can follow the league and keep you posted on what I win and when I win it. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS, and we're still trying to figure out what to do with the loser of our Media Fantasy Football League. I'm thinking you have to go on each other's platform and do this whole thing. Although everybody knows you got to be very afraid of what I'll say in your studio. Back to ours.
On the other side of this break, Greg is back in the Weather Center with a complete look at your forecast across the country. Stick with us.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trevor Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us.
This is our news. Welcome back. Still a couple of areas we're watching in the tropics. This is for actually the end of the week into early next week, the early part of September. We are approaching the peak of the season, so it's getting a little busy out there. In the Gulf of Mexico, as well as just north of the Bahamas, August 29th through 1st of September, we're looking for this area for some possible tropical development, all associated with a boundary that's stationary there. And in the far western Gulf of Mexico, the western Caribbean, also an area that we will continue to monitor over the next couple of days, as there's the potential for some tropical development out there. Closer to home, we still have that trailing moisture plume across our area that's triggering some showers and some thunderstorms across our area. That will continue to be the trend. Most of the activity will be pulling towards the north, but there's this front stationary across central Florida. That's going to continue to keep us with some showers in the forecast, mainly across the northwest Bahamas, and it's along this front that we expect some tropical development possible by the end of the week. Rest of the tropics remaining quiet. We do have Fernand still out there, the 5 p.m. position, 35.3 north, 57.2 west, winds up to 60 miles per hour, and its movement is towards the north-northeast at 40 miles per hour. The system will continue to race off towards the northeast and away from us, should stay in the open Atlantic and fizzle itself out, while we are watching a couple of tropical waves, very weak ones moving across the tropical belt in the tropical Atlantic. The Gulf of Mexico remaining quiet, as well as the Western Caribbean. Taking a look at the future forecast, moisture with that frontal boundary to the north will stay just near the northwest Bahamas, just enough to keep us with some showers and thunderstorms through Tuesday, and that is likely to remain the case as that front stays stationary just to the north of the Bahamas during that time frame. Boating forecast, northwest Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Caution flag on the Atlantic side. Southeast winds at southeast to south, at 10 knots. They will fall light and variable seas running 2 to 3 feet, with building up to 6 feet along Atlantic exposures. Central Bahamas, east to southeast 10 to 15 knots. Caution flag on the Atlantic side as well. 2 to 4 foot seas near shore, up to 6 feet offshore. And then southeast Bahamas, stronger winds, east to southeast 15 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 7 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, with that funnel boundary hanging just close to us, we will continue to keep some showers in the forecast. We do expect some Saharan dust to be moving into our area, so we keep some hazy conditions for Wednesday. But all in all, showers will decrease by the end of the week. Temperatures staying near the 90-degree mark, nighttime temperatures in the upper 70s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks so much, Greg. And with that, we thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepherd. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button if you'd like to see more content like this. Follow all of the Our News social media pages so you never miss out on the top stories from the team.